Hey everybody, what is going on? So in this section, what we're going to do is we're going to cover how you can build your prospect list. This is a lesson that is going to be especially critical for anybody who is just starting out. So when you're starting out, especially if you're, let's say, a consultant or a coach and you're just getting into B2B sales for the first time, or maybe you're working at a company and they don't necessarily have the infrastructure in how they manage all their data and things like that. Well, the simplest way to manage everything from who you're reaching out to your deals and things like that is actually using a simple Excel sheet. So again, if you're just starting out, this is one of the best ways and free ways, easiest ways to keep track of everything. And of course, as you get more sophisticated, we're going to show you different ways to use different sales software and automations and things like that. But again, for those of you who are just getting started, using an Excel sheet to keep track of everything is very simple. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, guys, so right now we are in Microsoft Excel, and this is going to be an Excel sheet that is going to be available for you guys to download. So as you can see here, I made it as simple as possible for you to keep track of who you want to reach out to. So essentially how lead generation works, like I was saying before, right? You want to know the companies that you're reaching out to, and once you find these companies, you just want to make the list here and just put them all down. From there, you're going to want to find a couple people who work at that company that you will want a meeting with. And so from there, you're going to find them, you're going to find that information online, and whether it's from LinkedIn or the website or whatever it is, you put first and last name here. And that's going to be important because you want to make sure you separate these, because when you upload this into any type of software that sends the emails, you need to specify the difference between the first and last name so you can use them as variables within your emails. Now from there, put in the position because that's going to be relevant for you to keep track. Put in their email, obviously, and we're going to show you how to get that later on. Their phone number, if that's available. And from here, what you want to do is you want to keep track of the number of emails that you're sending this person, or the number of LinkedIn messages you're sending. So typically for the campaigns that I do for cold emails, I'll send the first email, and then every 3 to 7 days, I'm going to send a follow-up, and I'm only going to send 3 follow-ups. So a maximum of 4 emails I will send to a specific individual for a campaign, right? And the same goes for LinkedIn messages, where I would only send 3 different, so the first message and then 3 different follow-ups. And I will also put in the last contacted, so I know if it's 3 or 4 days later, I know when to contact them again. Now, a question that a lot of people ask me is that once you send 4 different emails to a specific individual at a company, can you message them later on? And the answer to that is yes. So sometimes your campaign may not be as good as it could have been, or maybe the messaging wasn't right. So later on, let's say you message 100 companies in the real estate sector, right? And a couple of people responded, most people didn't respond. So once you learn how to write better emails, maybe 3 months down the line, half year down the line, you can actually just retarget all these people again and then send them a cold email, acting as if you never sent them one before, and then send them another, the whole campaign with 1 send and then 3 follow-ups. So again, if people don't respond, you can reach out to them again, let's say 3 to 6 months down the line. And then from there, once you take a meeting with somebody, you can put in like deal size or notes of, when exactly you're going to meet with this person, or, have a conference. And I would just put that over here, and then their website down here in case you want to reference this really quick. It's really up to you if you want to use it. So this is essentially the easiest way that I have found to just keep track of all these prospects. And, in the beginning, if you're doing it in this manual way where you're not necessarily paying for the leads, or you're not buying it from a company to get it quickly, and you're just manually going through LinkedIn and stuff like that to get all this information, then it does take a little bit of time to fill it up. Sometimes you want to hire a virtual assistant, or maybe you have an associate who can do it for you. Or if you're starting out, you got to do it yourself. So again, if you're going to send these cold emails, you want to just fill it up and then send the emails and then see if it worked or not. So obviously, if you do it manually, it does take more time. And that's totally okay in the beginning, but as you get more sophisticated, you'll realize that you're going to need a faster way to fill up this information. And that's when you start making some sales, you can afford sales software, and we'll talk about that later. But for now, if you're just starting out, use this Excel sheet, try it out. And, it really is, any kind of sales software does exactly the same thing, except it just automates everything for you. So with an Excel sheet, you are just kind of just filling it in by yourself. So with that said, you can download this again as an Excel sheet. You can, copy and paste it, put it into Google Sheets if that's what you're used to. And that's pretty much everything we have to cover when it comes to building your prospect list.